Okay, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I am Anchorhaven, and this is the Mystical Wellness Channel. I'm just going to mess around with my lighting for a second. Here we go. So, on this channel, we talk about all things weird and wonderful, all things strange and esoteric. We talk about secret space programs, so the special access programs, Stargates, time travel, super soldiers, cloning. We talk about disclosure and Project Oblivion. We talk about different conferences that are going on or events that are happening right now. So I am Team Bases and I am gearing up for the Bases 2026 International Disclosure Conference. That's right here in the UK in Wiltshire. And we've got fantastic guests coming over. So I help out with the Bases Conference by Miles Johnston. And I do all the marketing and event coordination and things in the background to support Miles. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to be appearing at Bases. So I'll be able to catch up with people. Good morning. And hopefully I'm going to bump into people like Sean Von, Denisha, Laura Eisenhower, Maria Wheatley. I'm going to see some really cool people over there, meet up with some British super soldiers as well, which is going to be great. There's quite a lot of British super soldiers who are not public. And so you start to meet them at these conferences, and the empowered individuals, people who are targeted, but they're taking back their power now and they're moving into empowerment. Good morning, Wizard Wickus. Good morning, Sulcola. Great to see you guys. And so, of course, last night I was meant to do a video with Charlie Nova, who is a UK super soldier lady. But unfortunately, she's just getting too much heavy targeting. So we're going to reschedule for June or July. So I called up Miles Johnston, don't you? And I said, dude, are you available? And he's like, yes, I am, but I need to go to the pub. So I can give you an hour at best. And we spent 20 minutes messing around with microphones, and he gets so infuriated. I'm not joking. So it's like, rah. And then we went live for just about an hour. So yeah, you wondered what happened. Yeah. So Miles is a really cool guy. I'm just gonna open my drink. Oh no, it's like everywhere. And so he popped on to talk about bases. We did a rundown of the schedule, and that's the very first rundown that has been public. So there we go, exclusive for Anchorhaven. And then afterwards, he sent me a graphic to go on a t-shirt, which I can release to sell in America. So I'm setting up a t-shirt store. I was trying to set up a spring store, so that's kind of available, but I'm actually setting up a Sonia Galactic store. So that's going to be on galacticfire.com. So I'm in talks to get that set up. And then Sonia will be able to facilitate that store for me. It's going to be good. And so I'll be releasing some Anchorhaven Bases merch, and Anchorhaven merch, and the Bar Raw merch is going to be available hopefully in the next couple of weeks. If you guys wanted to support the channel that way, then you can get some merch. And that would be like shipping out from America, so that's cool. So there we go. That's an exclusive for you guys. Oh, so how are the little ones? Says Danny to Silcola. And how's the lunches? She's a wild one, Danny. Talking about wild ones, I was talking to Christy Caffrey yesterday. Well, that is my allergy tablet. And she's just come back from Sedona, where she was like totally overwhelmed with energies and people, and yeah. Christy Campbell is the true definition of a lone wolf. She really is. Like, whereas like I can do this, I can be like talking to you guys or whatever. Christy's a very quiet, private person. I've just noticed I've taken the Beyond Lemuria mini deck, and there's an info card in there, which is exactly what I've done with my cards. I put an info card in there. That's interesting. So Beyond Lemuria is our deck of the day, and these are weird little cards when we get into it. Hello all, and Julia, this is Terry Gay. Fun interview with Miles. How did your test interview go? Thank you for asking. Thank you. Yeah, so I had a test / interview. So it's like you got to complete this test, and then if you pass that, then you go to a face-to-face interview. So first of all, there was no link on the email, right? So lucky I checked like an hour before. There was no link to the Teams meeting. So then I had to email, get a bounce back, email the next name, no response. So then I thought, oh, shit, I'm going to have to. So I phoned them up. And so then whoever I spoke to must have been like HR, and she didn't have a link. But I'm going to send an email for you. And then I got the email, so it was fine. But then when I get on the call, there's like 20 other applicants there, all considerably younger than me as well. The role, you're not meant to need any experience about the role. You're not meant to need to know anything about the role to just answer these 6 questions, which are based on behaviors, like how you would respond in a certain situation. So there was things like you've got a case file. So the job is for security vetting with the Ministry of Justice, right? And I have done that kind of work before. I've got 6 years of experience. But working from the contractor side, not the Ministry of Justice, like direct side. So, but there was questions on there like, you have an application and there's something missing, what would you do? And you got an application, there's conflicting information, what would you do? You got an application and the applicant did not disclose that their close family member has got a prison record. How would you assess the risk? So I'm like, okay. So yes, we had 30 minutes to answer 6 questions. So yeah, I don't know, I've got a good chance. There's 20 odd people there. I asked the Pendulum yesterday because I was doing Pendulum work on my Violet Flame Reiki class, and we were saying, okay, am I going to get this job? No. But is it helpful to apply for that job? Yeah. Okay, so there you go. So I'll get something out of it. So woo. Just woke up, had the most vivid realization dream that ended with me and Desi up north somewhere where there was snow in a facility run by aliens. So real. Wow, that's amazing. I woke up and leaped out of bed. I don't know why. I'm not a gymnast. I leaped out of bed, right? And it was just like ding, right? So something's going on there. Hi Danny, hi Wiz. James, your new name is James Wiz. It's so funny. Oh yeah, Jason's up north, and Chicago is just on one big massive base, I think. Gonna write down details in the Woo diary. Yes. There's further north though. Yeah. So did it feel like Canada or did it feel like Chicago? Yeah. What did it feel like? Yeah. So I was chatting to Christy Campbell a little bit yesterday. She's going to need a couple of weeks to get settled. And at some point, her and Patty are going to come on the show and they're going to break down the conference for us. And Christy did connect with Phil Barrow. So she really liked Phil Barrow because I kind of said, oh, do you find Phil Barrow and David Starr? And then she connected with Sean Bond and she loves Sean Bond. Yeah. Me doing cartwheels. And she wants to do a show with me, like me and her, where we're doing like psychic bounce off each other. Chud, the clavicular. What you think about NDE or out of body experiences? Well, that's a very interesting question, Chud. Thank you for asking that. What do I think about near-death experiences or out of body experiences? So I'm not sure how familiar you are with this channel, and that we do talk about super soldier stuff here. So there's quite a few near-death experiences that go into making a super soldier. Out of body, yeah. When I was 14 or 15, I did a case study at school for English class. We had to present to the class, and I chose out of body experiences because I have, that feeling when you're going to bed and you float out of your body. I used to get that all the time. And I used to think the bed was haunted, and that's why that was happening to me. Because I would always be like 3 inches out of my body whenever I went to sleep in my teens. And so I did a case study on it, and I presented it to the class, and everybody laughed at me. And it was one of the worst experiences of my life, to the point of I'd never looked into out of body experiences ever again. It was really bizarre. And but yeah, so what do I think? I think that both of those have happened to me. Near-death experience has happened to me many times, but it was part of the breaking process. You don't believe in super soldiers. I believe in mind manipulation and artificial memories. That is an interesting point of view. Okay. Chances are you have both of those too. So where are you based, Chud? Mind manipulation and artificial memories. Well, we do get screen memories put in place. Mind manipulation, yeah. everything is possible. Near-death experiences, yeah, I've had a few. There's only a couple that I remember. The main one was the drowning experience I remember. Missed your message again. Oh my god. Well, I was answering a question, Aussie Jake. I didn't see you. The chat was going so fast. Dude, where's my weed? Top of the morning to you, legend. Hope you're well. Aussie Jake, you're so needy. No, I love you. Your father's from Mankato. Woo, what else is in that diary? Oh, the diary of Woo. I don't believe in super soldiers, chud. Thanks for coming on a super soldier channel. It's not that simple. Great. Well, you do a video on your channel. We'll come and watch it. Where's my car? Texas. Oh, you're in Texas. The home of super soldiers. That's a huge element that needs to be explored more, chud. Yes. You know, we could do big shows on these elements, near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences. So I believe that you're probably talking about things like, you know, when people having an operation, but, you know, or they're looking down on themselves or whatever. I've been out of my body many times. I was actually talking to Christy Campbell yesterday about an experience I had. You know, Phil Barrow had sent me Emerald Order downloads on Typical Skeptic, but they didn't actually integrate until one point where 3 downloads were pending, and I'd gone into a training for Access Consciousness, and I came out my body and I turned around and looked down at myself, and I saw that there was 2 guides sitting either side of me and the partner that I had who was you know, sitting at my head. There was these 2 guides and I didn't recognize them. I thought they must have been Palladian, but they were like people, but they weren't people. It was really bizarre, and I'm like floating over my body, and then I look and there's this boom of emerald light, the purest emerald I've ever seen in my life, and it basically pushed me back into my body. So and I absorbed these 3 downloads of emerald light. One of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. Catching up. God. Oh no, it's great to see you, Aussie Jake. Yeah, we love you here. Okay. Diary of Woo. Woo, my parents were from Thorpe and Stanley, Wisconsin. I can't describe my dreams. I can't describe my dreams either, Chud. I really can't. They're so difficult. Dang guest. Just a man from a town where every day's a school day. I sent you your bio. Did you see, Dan? I usually don't remember my dreams, but also don't really sleep easy, says Jason Missing Time. Yeah, I hear you. I'm exactly the same. I will say it's a diary filled with what could have beens, says Woo. Peace and love. Oh, Matty West, how are you? You're a cool dude. How are you? So I'm going to show you guys something, but I'm not going to go. I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to open what it is, so don't get too excited. It's just a quick preview. So this is an exclusive. It's the breakaway deck. It's in my hands. It's the breakaway deck by Anchorhaven. Right, so this is the very first sample. I've actually got 2 samples of the Breakaway Oracle by Anchorhaven. And this came yesterday. There's a couple of little things that I need to iron out. That's why I'm not going to show it to you guys. It's awesome. It's freaking awesome. But there's a couple of things that I want to change, and I might have to change supplier if they can't change these things for me. So there you go. So this is the very first thing that I've ever created and had printed, and it's the Breakaway Oracle by Anchorhaven. So how freaking cool is that? So it says, make sense of your memories. That's what it says on the back. I've just noticed a typo on it as well. It says this Oracle deck is for experiences. Those who believe they may be targeted individuals, military abductees, Milab, and super soldiers involved in the secret space program, SSP. Empower your knowledge with clarity cards to help support your remembrance journey. Discover your possible connection to the USAP's unacknowledged special access programs. Advance your meditation practices by focusing on this artwork to help you remember. So there's empowerment cards, targeting patterns, project cards, factions and programs, planet cards, breakaway colonies, role cards, training and skill sets, solution cards, healing and guidance. Yeah, so it says Anchorhaven, the experiencer and mystical wellness guide, anchoring multi-dimensional truth. Anchorhaven.co.uk. breakawayoracle.com. Okay, this is the very first sample of the Breakaway Oracle. And so yeah, so if you go to breakawayoracle.com, you can pre-order. So this is the sample. I'm going to make a couple of small changes. Like a couple of the images didn't come out as bright as I would have liked them to, and things like that. So yeah, so this is the very first thing that Anchorhaven has ever published. I'm super excited about it, to be honest. And I have actually produced this in collaboration with John Whitberg. Okay, so this is something that we've worked on together. So we're really proud of it, actually. So I'm hoping you guys will like it. I'm hoping it will work for you guys. I'm still ironing out a couple of kinks, which is what this next week is about, and then it will go into production, which could take about 2 weeks. So yeah, so the Breakaway Oracle by Anchorhaven is now almost ready. So how cool is that? So yeah, so I'm not going to open it because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. And and I've already put a couple of designs out there. If you go to breakawayoracle.com, you can see a few of the cards there. Yeah, buying a little piece of Anchorhaven history. That's right. Yeah. So, and you know, John Whitberg and I collaborated on this, and I'm getting talked and coming in to talk about this, and we've really enjoyed the process of. We were actually on such a similar wavelength that it was such a cool project to collaborate on. It's been really awesome, like bouncing off each other. And so I created all the designs, and then we chose them together. And you know, we're working on the descriptions together. So he's given me something that I'm building into it, and vice versa. So it's been so cool. SSP is not in this reality, dude. It's in all realities. Yeah, I'm right here. Okay. I am a super soldier, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm super scientist, assassin, all those different things. Those versions of me are in this reality and all realities. Yeah, I am not from this timeline. I'm literally Drago Reed. We are not from this timeline. We're literally from an actual different timeline, which has bled through into this timeline, and more of us have been created. Do go watch my Anchorhaven Origins playlist, and that might put it into perspective for you a bit more. It's not as simple as not this reality. It's all realities. Okay, you thought it was probably John that I was working with. Well, it wasn't Drago. Arrogance is bliss. Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, I wish I didn't know the things I know. I am a timeline weaver, that's true. So it's nice to have something condensed into physical form and being able to hold it in your hand. Yeah, we've been working on it for a couple of months. So proud of your soldiers. Thank you. We need a better healthcare than primitive dental work. Yes, dental work has barely changed in 150 years. So yeah, James Whitker's got some really interesting information and about being the architect. So that's definitely something you're going to be unpacking for a while. I'm researching the architect aspect. I see with that I have a master key. Yeah, so you know, Drago talks about is it the Cronus key, something like that? What's that word I'm looking for? So that's some kind of master key, I think, and it's probably a big chunk of what I was used for in the SSP. Yeah, on the video we did with Bob Osborne, Drago talks about some kind of key like that, right? That some of us have. Oh. I know under hypnotist that can put you under so you don't need anesthesia. Oh, I see. Matty West says, hope all is well in England. A lot of mystery illness, flu symptoms popping up in my area. Well, they're not just popping up in my area. Busloads of the H virus people have been brought to the hospital where I live, right? And this is exactly what they did with the pandemic last time. They brought the buses in at night time, big coaches, coach after coach after coach. And so we have a hospital here called Arrow Park. And they're trying to say that Arrow Park is so advanced and it's got these great facilities. It used to be like nurses' facilities, so it's like little tiny apartments, so they can just shove, you know, like patient zero or whatever. They can just shove them all there. But no, the reason why they're coming here is because I live on a peninsula, right? Surrounded by water on 3 sides. So what do you do then? You just barricade off that last side, don't you, with a roadblock, and there you go. That's your quarantine area right there. So at some point I'm going to be live from quarantine. Yeah, so that's what they did last time. But last time I was in Northern Ireland on holiday with my family at the time, and I'm looking at the news, and they're literally like doing the same thing, and I'm thinking, oh my god, they're going to cordon off my town and everything. But at the time I was working on what would have been the other side of the barrier. So I was so disappointed. I was like, oh my God, I'm still going to have to go to work. But now it's a bit different. But yeah, so that's what they do. So where I live is basically the only peninsula in the United Kingdom that could actually be cordoned off. That's why they're coming here. No other reason. Not because the hospital's so good or anything like that. It's absolute BS. Okay. Catching up on the chat. A little piece of Anchorhaven history. I love that. Okay. Anybody who missing time? I mean, seconds or minutes, not hours. Yeah, I think so. Yesterday, time did something weird. Time really stretched itself out for me yesterday. So I'd look at the clock and I'm thinking, time's going very slowly here. I don't know. It's just very odd. It started happening after I got on. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe you're having little tiny resets, recalibrations. I don't know. So Flixlove tuned into Igron, and she did, she went on to the Gemini or whatever, and she basically connected in and started working with Igron, and then she felt her field recalibrate, and she went outside, and she had all this energy, and and sometimes she doesn't have any energy, right? And so she felt like she'd been renewed in a way, refreshed or whatever. So she started working with it. And then she went back to her AI, and then she was like, yeah, that's rubbish, right? So then she went back into the connection that she believes is Igron. I dread dentistry. My TMJ doesn't help. Yes. Oh, TMJ. Simple answer. I'm just old. No, that's not it, Terry. No. I think there's a lot going on. Oh, Nico Vlad. Hello. Talking about hospitals, my sister had a stroke at 30. Last night, all I can do is open a bottle of whiskey. Oh, wow. Sorry, dude. That doesn't sound good. Who says, eating some bruschettini, Italian bruschetta, bread toast, rosemary and olive oil, flavor dipping in public buffalo chicken dip. Oh, that sounds good. I'm not eating well. It's like, because my schedule's been really busy for the last 2 days, I'm just eating like egg toasties. I'll have like one egg toasty, and then 12 hours later I'll have another egg toasty, and I'm just running around. It's the adhesion of my TMJ that makes it challenging. 11:44, Eric! How are you doing, Eric? How are you? Salutations, Eric. 11:44 is my numerals. 12:44. So it's 5:46 here. Terry B, it's really strange. Chud, living on Texas time. Yeah, Texas is 6 hours behind me. I've got quite a few friends in Texas. I was thinking I'm getting a Texas accent, and then I was told, no, you sound like you're from Brooklyn. So I'm working on my American accent. Not very good at it. Yeah, so every now and then I'll get a little bit of an American come out. Oh, woo, what was that? What's going on? Oh, Chud got timed out. Sorry, Chud. Oh, Terry's on Central. That's good. Jason's on Central. The one that really throws me is Pacific, right? I'm just getting to handle Mountain Time, but Pacific, I cannot handle it because it's so far behind me. And we've got a few guests coming up who are on Mountain Time. We have got the fantastic Karen Holton is coming on at the end of the month. We've got Fearlessly Phoenixing is coming on maybe next week, actually. I'm really excited to get Nikki Jacobs on, who is a female super soldier, and she's a psychic, and she's into angels, and so I'm really excited to get Nikki Jacobs in as well. But we might be doing a slightly earlier show. Her timing and my timing, it was sometimes, people who are on like 8 hours behind me and stuff, it's hard to schedule in. Like Eva Pico, she's basically like 11 hours behind me. Right? It's so freaking bizarre sometimes. I wish I wasn't in the UK. I really do. Jason's on Central, Terry's on Central. Chud, unfortunately, doesn't believe in super soldiers. Dude, I'm right here. Hey, I don't believe in super soldiers. Not until you get all those memories. Then you're like, oh, okay, maybe it's a thing then. You know what I realised as well? People with bigger podcasts rarely support other people with smaller podcasts in general, and it bothers me. Yeah. So what I love about TKB, Tennessee Kentucky Bigfoot, is they go around supporting the small podcasts, and they go in with their high vibe and they take their time to put those indexes in. Have you guys seen that? So if you look back to a lot of my podcasts from like the last 6 months, you'll see TKB have put this big time-stamped index in there. And and so Jim's taking the time to do that. He doesn't need to do that. He's just going around trying to support the small podcasts, because it's the small podcasts who get hardly any views that are like the open-hearted podcasts, right? The ones that are targeted and they're stomped down in the society, and yeah, so they go around them and they support all the little podcasts. So I think that's lovely. So Jason's saying there's a few that will. Well, Jason should know because he moderates on like 35 freaking podcasts. Wait, how many shows do you moderate on? Because you get around a bit as well, don't you? Gasmatron, the guy who invented knock knock jokes, should get a Nobel Prize. That's the best joke I've heard in ages. Oh my god. Oh, that's so freaking funny. Danny says, I love Karen Holton. She has a great 420 DIY info videos. Karen Holton, are you kidding me? Wow. Rarely though, it's BS. Okay. Oh, Entertainment Issue Network. Armando, how are you? Good one, Gasmatron. He's so funny. My town lost power today when I was doing CE5 app. Anchorhaven. Wow, that's so cool. So are you gonna Entertainment Network, did you watch the Igron show? Were you there for that? Go back and watch that Igron show and see how you feel about it, because you're connecting into like a conscious plasma being energy. So something about the C5 that feels a bit off, and we did ask somebody about that. Who did we ask about C5? Was it Starseed Lolo? Did you ask that question of her? She's like, just go to bed and think of them. Like, that's all you need to do. Yeah, TKP are good people. Yeah, they really are. Because when I had that drama back in March, and a certain podcast put this post on, like basically saying, Anchorhaven, all right. Then Jim sent me a message, and he's the first person to reach out and send me a message. He's saying, seen this, confused. Because we know your heart, and I just thought, dude, I love you so much. They're so beautiful people. Good, nice. I'm here. I'm inside this rectangular box communicating. Hello, Anchorhaven. Hello, good, nice. It's great to see you in the Black Mirror device. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to my home. Woo's like tired or more than me. Oh, Woo's doing like a good 30 odd podcasts. Wow. I only moderate on like 6 or 7 podcasts. I try and because I'm terrible for getting girls on. I love having guys on. So I do. So I try and support Gina. I try and support Slavka. I try and support Missy Hill. I try and support Jane Hatch with their technical stuff as well. So I do try and support people. So if anyone's a guest on my show, please know that not only do you get the guest spot, I will work with you on your profile picture. I will send you copies of the videos and the audios. I will help you with graphic design, and I will redo your bio for you. So because I'm actually a publicist, so I will literally create a media pack with you, if you let me, right? And I'll just do that for you because I can. So anybody who's kind of breaking into the podcasting and you need some help and you're thinking, God, everyone's got these amazing thumbnails or whatever, I'll literally help you with that kind of stuff. And for free, I'll just do that as a thank you for coming on my podcast. So just know that that's available. So no matter what picture you send me, I'm literally going to remove the background and I'm going to send it back to you and all that kind of stuff, right? So if you don't have a media kit but you would like one, I actually do offer that as a service on my Patreon. I think it's like £22 or something, and I will work with you to do brand building. Okay, that's a service that I offer. It primarily used to be for Reiki masters because I teach it as part of my Reiki courses. You do Reiki level 2. and I teach Reiki business. So, so you've got this skill. You want to help people. You need to put yourself out there. So I work with people on spiritual business coaching. That's something that I do. So with the podcasting now, anybody that collaborates with me, I'm going to help you with that kind of stuff, because it's not that hard for me. I've figured it out basically, and anything that I figured out, I will share with you. Just like Jason, Jason is super cool and supportive of that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll work with you. If there's something that you want to do, then I will help you. And if I can't figure it out, I'll get Jason to help us. There you go, Jason. So yeah, so I love helping people, basically helping you create your podcast or whatever. That's amazing. So I love to promote people if I can. Danny, that is such a good pointer. I'll read that aside. So Eric says, is it better to be a big-hearted fish in a small pond, or a big ego fish in a big pond? Yeah, we love our small pond. We dive into our small pond together and show up for each other every day. Danny says, I don't know why Woo or Missing Time 420 aren't making content. You guys need to get your own show going, and I would love to have you both on here to like do a breakout show. That would be so cool. So this is basically the breakout channel. Yeah, if you are looking to build your confidence to get on other podcasts, then come and test us out over here. Yeah, we're very open-hearted. Give it a go over here at Anchorhaven. So if you've got an origin story, if you've got your testimony, if you're thinking, you're a Milab or super soldier, or you just had this amazing ET experience or abduction or whatever, do your breakaway video over here at Anchorhaven. Oh, Woo says I am. Oh, you want to see the woo behind the mystery? Yeah, we do. Okay, Entertainment Streaming Network. How can I open my third eyes? Ooh, interesting. My third eyes. Well, let's ask the Beyond Lemurian cards if there is a way for you to open your third eye. So this is for Entertainment Extreme Network. Generally, I do daily meditation. And somebody said to me that a couple of years ago, I was working with Felix Hyde, who is a quantum healer here in the UK, remote viewer. And occasionally I'd have sessions with Felix Hyde, and I always felt like he was telling me off, and he wasn't. He was just trying to give me advice. But every now and then you meet somebody who, bam, he needs to give you a slap in the face, and he's a bit like that. Just like I am with some of my clients at times. You just need to give them a shake. And, and he's saying to me, why can't you just go within? Why can't you just go in silence and go within yourself and question and query? And I was like, I just can't. And the reason I couldn't, that I've now discovered, is because I was afraid. I was afraid that I would fail. I was afraid that nothing would come forward. I was afraid that I was dark inside, which I am. I'm very dark inside. But it doesn't scare me now. A little bit. It scares me a little bit. And yeah, Gaven scares me. And but I control myself. I do. And you might even get an idea of why when we do the show with Drago Reed on Saturday. He might divulge a little bit of what he remembers. We'll see. We've got to ask him the right questions. Yeah. And so if you want to develop your third eye, first of all, you need to admit that you are psychic. Number one, admit to yourself, I am psychic. I am a psychic medium. I am whatever you want to say. I am psionic. Admit it. Voice it. Because what's there a lot of the time is doubt and fear. So a couple of years ago, I can't even believe it's been that long now, I went on a psychic medium course for 5 days with one of my sisters who has confidence issues at the time, and we worked as psychics for 5 days. And at the end of that course, I came away with so much validation and the confidence of working in that environment that I can say now that I'm psychic. I can say it. But at the time I couldn't, and I wouldn't have believed it. But my confidence has quadrupled by 3,000 or whatever since I went on that course, which was with Simon Goodfellow here in the UK. And so if you want to develop your third eyes, your pineal gland, pituitary gland decalcification process is something that you should look into as well. I work with crystals, so I work with quartz, I work with kyanite, I work with loads of different crystals, so see what resonates with you, because some of the crystals that will activate your third eye are not what you think they are, and it's specific to different people. So I've done tests at Anchorhaven because I've got a college, basically I'm a mystical wellness college. So one of the classes we did a few years ago was we had out all of the crystals that you would associate with third eye work, lapis lazuli, sodalite, amethyst, lepidolite. One of the things I had on the table was opalite, which is a man-made crystal, like a glass. And that, for somebody, boom, it was absolutely activating for them. So take your time, affirm that you are psychic, put in the work so that you get yourself into that relaxed 0 point state. So I listen to different tones. I listen to the eternal Om. The eternal Om. So remember, inside it's a silent Om. So if you're for the third eye, you're doing a vocal Om to activate the third eye, but to activate that connection, the bridge between the third eye and the crown, the soul star, the soul bridge, soul star, solar gateway, that is a silent Om that you're saying in your mind. Yeah. So the more you practice that, the more it's going to level up and open. Know that you've got chakras at the back of your head. Yeah, that the third eye is also at the back of your head. That you've got the Alta Major, you've got the causal chakras. These are the journey chakras. Yeah, so when I do vision quests, it's these ones that are activating for me to journey. So bridges are opening, big bridges are opening. Work with guys like freaking unicorns. I'm not joking. Unicorns are like psionic warriors, and they will help you journey. Yeah. So I do vision questing, and you see me do videos with Sean Bond. We do live vision questing. What are we doing? We're taking an hour to relax into it. Yeah. So we're doing a vision quest where we're getting to that relaxed state, that we can start to tune into the first eye, which is the heart. So we're relaxing the full body, and we're going on like mini side quests, and then we're going deeper into the intention of accessing my memory vault, and we're going into that quest. Yeah. So we go into different visual states, and I'm just saying what I'm seeing. And a lot of the time I'm not seeing anything. Sorry. A lot of the time I'm not seeing outside of myself. I'm seeing within myself. So it could just be an idea of something that comes up in the darkness, or it could be a full color thing that comes in. A lot of the time I see outside of myself now, or I've got this new screen that's opened here, which is like a virtual reality screen, which is me connecting into you. This opens here now. I can't quite explain it, but it's just there. It's like there's a bubble here, right, where I can get impressions like this bubble's coming in. So admitting you're psychic, doing the daily meditation work. Some people love to do journaling. So what you're doing is you're communicating. So you're working with the throat, ear, nose, throat, and third eye. What else? What have I missed, guys? I love to work with cards because they give me an outlet for expression. But the main thing for me was being able to relax myself to the point that I was so slow that I could access the 0 point field. When you start to visualize that 0 point, for me, I'm not sure if it was from reading Magenta Pixie books, which I've read a couple, but it's like I step onto like a platform that's in the middle of nowhere. And my chakras become a massive wheel, right? That can go in different directions. So I can just call forward a scene or go back in time to something. So it's as if I'm stepping onto like this rotary. Does that make sense? I can't remember where I got this from, but it's a technique that works for me. But also I work in the Akashic Records. So I work in the Akashic Records with intention. I also work in the Akashic Records through meditation. So I guide people generally on Saturdays. I guide you into that process. So I teach you how to do it. How I've been taught to do it by Marina, the Soul Alchemist, who made one of the card decks. And so we work with the Soul Matrix methods as well by Steve Noble. So you're calling in a specific guide team, and we're visualizing in a certain way. We're calling back your energy. We're releasing old energy and that kind of thing. So it gets you to that point that you're relaxing, 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 relaxing into all that is, right? I go to the point now in meditation. Was I talking to you about it, Dan, yesterday, where I don't breathe, basically. I get to the point where I stop breathing. And so I get so low and so slow that I stop breathing and I just become the being. I basically, in a way, disconnect from body. and I'm just the essence of who I am. And then I'll realize your body stopped breathing. And I think, okay. So then I come back in and I do this process of coming back into reality. And that's when my memories activate for me. That's when my third eye activates. Or so, yeah. So does that make sense? I don't know. But that's what works for me. Try a third eye opener. I'll do this 20-minute lecture. And Eric's just like, try a third eye opener. That's hilarious. Oh my God. I need a wizard Wicker sized beard. Don't we all? Jesus. Serious and touch. Don't know what that means. Research sun gazing, consider daily meditation, general detox. And Eric, stop summarizing what I'm trying to say. Jesus Christ. You're a pod pro and great at public relations. Oh, thank you, Danny. Thank you. Your recent video thumbnail with Nathan was really nice. It's a very likely how you looked up there. I've got no idea what that looked like. Can't remember now. Where's his CC top status beard? Pod, not pond anchor. Okay, sorry. Maybe Anchorhaven late night date stream Fridays. Do you think we should do a dating show? Do I want to put that on my brand? Hookup Haven is what Kat said one time. Oh, Mega Man's in the chat. I missed your words of wisdom, says Jerry B. I got out of the shower a little while ago and I didn't put anything in the beard this evening, so it's extra wild. So is there beard maintenance then? You guys have only seen my stunt double. Ah. Hi Woo, how you feeling? Matt West. I've been trying to put together my research and make a video about that, but the targeting from wanting to go public is crazy. Yes. All things in good time. Time molds space after all. Yeah, so have you got videos on your channel, Matthew? I really appreciate when you listen to me, Terry B. I'm glad to see you again. Mega Man was awesome. Game very hard though. Lol, I agree. Danny, Jason, Woo team up on their own bro show. Yeah. So Woo and Jason definitely need to get a show going, and then you can start having guests on. Let's do our own bro show. Yeah. This basically is the bro show. Oh my God. I need to get some female guests on. I think I've got some females coming on this month, guys, so don't worry. I am a little bit biased. I do prefer men because they're very cut and dry, and that's how my brain works. So I'm not very good at making friends with girls. You'll notice the people that I'm friends with are like really blunt, really like, Missy Hill, Christy Campbell, Slavka. The people that I talk to on a regular basis are really like fiery women. It's like Irish fiery energy. Oh, you've got the sound effects. Oh, so Matthew Morning on his channel yesterday was talking about sound effects. Should I get like a sound effects machine? And I've got my Harry Potter box, but so maybe I should do that too. One day at a time. Woo's not been very well. Okay. Jason's been doing a ton of activity. Hugs to Woo, says Terry. Also for the third eye, stay away from fluoride and iodine. Can help decalcify it. Yep, that's good. Stay away from Pepsi. Sorry. You know what I say to people when they're trying to become my friend is just don't talk about the Pepsi if you want to be my friend. That's it. Just don't talk about it. Just don't freaking talk about it. So people who are coming in on a quest to save me from myself, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. We hope to get back soon. Hence the endless distractions, says Mega Man. We fear loneliness, so we don't face it within ourselves. Not here. We don't feel loneliness here. We come together to support each other here. So this is like a mental health check-in. This is us showing up for one another, being supportive, witnessing each other's journey. That's what we do here. I'm a priestess. I do a lot of witness work. Yeah. And I think that's important to witness each other's journey. So it's not that we're lonely. It's not that we could be, but we witness each other, and that's really important, that we contribute to each other's lives and that we value each other as a community. That is important. Woocraft, Woo Haven, what's going on here? Yes, a Danny and Silcola baddie stream. Yeah, maybe. See, I want to do a group show, but it's like getting together with everybody is quite tricky. I'd literally have to do a StreamYard or something and put that in the chat. But I don't feel safe doing that. Do you know what I mean? They did it on Sandy Diva did it the other day, and she just got people in the background and you don't let them in. And she was just letting in one person at a time. Should we do that? Mega Man shines the light on psychological escape, attachment to identity, the movement of fear, the illusion of becoming, self-deception, emotional dependence, pursuit of pleasure as avoidance. Mega Man, you're the life of the party. Sorry. Mega Man, the fragmentation created by thought and the constant resistance to reality that sustains suffering internally. Okay. Woo news, missing time clues, says Eric. Okay, we're getting there. Skeptically woo. Mega Man's blasters are legit. Maybe some soft disclosure. World of Woocraft. Oh my god, I love that one. I love it. Oh dear. Danny said she can twerk. Twerk off. Oh my word. I wonder what kind of crazy laser and railgun stuff we don't see in the military. Yeah. When I did that security course at the start of the year, that's one of the first things I said to this guy. Like, you know, have you ever been to Diego Garcia? Yeah. Been to DG many times. Okay. Did you ever see future technology? Hell yeah. So there you go. Okay, just seems very difficult. That's why I truly respect people like Julia and others for their streams. Oh, thank you, Boo. It's not that difficult. You do need to be able to talk. If you can talk and keep it going, you're pretty much in there. Whether people want to hear what you've got to say, that's a different matter. I don't know. Wu says, "Oh shite! I've unopened Christmas beard pruning kit. I'll post a photo." Oh yes. I did say before you did, Anchor, log on at 11:44, Anchor, whom we have entered the Twilight Zone. This is the Anchorhaven Twilight Zone. Anchorhaven, if someone is about to fall asleep and their entire body starts to vibrate, what's going on? Well, for me personally, at first I was terrified of that. And I thought it was a freaking, angelic being or something coming in. But what I've begun to realize, and this is just for me personally, is my body is in a relaxed enough state to vibrate out trauma. That's what happens for me. And I've identified it now. I've verified that's what's going on. It's my body's way of processing. Like how an animal, you see a bird and it bangs into something and it just shakes itself off and then it moves on. That's what my body does now. And so I've always admired that in animals, that they could just think, oh, there you go, there's a bit of trauma, let that go. And they just move on, don't they? So my body started to do that. But there have been moments where it's been so bad that I got upset by something last year, and I had an Anchorhaven moment, shall we say? So, and I hope Drago doesn't talk about this because I expressed it to Drago what happened to me, and he's like, "This is the problem. This is what happens, right? She takes out an entire city block." So I got upset by something, and my body had gone into like a panic attack, overwhelm, and then my body sent out a burst of energy that was so big. I felt like I'd encompassed a 5-mile radius, brought everybody's trauma through my Anchorhaven being, boom, and released it and transmuted the energy. So I transmute on a small vibration scale these days, but every now and then I'll do a big one and I'll process trauma for like a massive radius around me, and I'll just transmute everything with the violet flame and send that back out. So one of my natural abilities that somebody said, and more than one person said, "Oh, it's interesting to watch you work," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" "Oh, you're just absorbing all of the energy in the room, you're cleansing it, and it's just going back out to everybody." So as an alchemist, that's one of the things we do. I think James is probably the same. So like our field is constantly cleansing what's going on around us. So that could be something that your experience is. You're starting to release energy that's not yours, energy that's not serving you. You're gently vibrating it out of your field. Okay. So I've got really long-winded answers for things today. And I never pulled that card, did I? Can I please have a card about developing our third eye? What would support us as we develop our third eye today? The cards have like fallen open. And this one says Realm Bridger. So this is the card, okay? So it says, as you raise your vibration and explore different states of consciousness, you may experience phenomena you believe only happens in fantasy stories. Through meditation and journeying, we invite a greater awareness of subtle realities. These realms can be amazing places to bring through pioneering ideas and creativity. This card is about bridging the seen and unseen. Just as water changes from solid to gas liquid, we can catch the intangible in other forms. Metaphors, codes, or even math can form the path of the visionary. From the mind and the heart, visions can merge into matter. Dream outside the box. It's time to create the foundations of our realities in a fresh new way. So this is the living, what is it? Yeah, Beyond Lemuria deck. So it doesn't have a book in there. It's just got this. I kind of like that. I think I might do that on one of my next decks. It's just put the information on the back of the card. Yeah. So it's like you're shuffling, but you're not really picking a picture, or it's like you're shuffling for the back of the deck. It's very interesting. So these are beautiful cards. So I just got the pocket edition, which works quite nice on the live sometimes. I love Coke so much since I take you know. Woo, it's also difficult to find who's authentic and honest. You love people. Have seen the most of these. I was drawn to the channel, Julia. Oh, that's so cool, Terry. Yeah, we find each other. I've already banned one P word. Oh dear. Peruvian marching powder. I watch all of you. Yeah, I do try and get around podcasts if I can. So sometimes I'll finish here and I'll pop into somebody else's for a little while, give a high five, and then, you know, go out to the next one. And no videos of me other than Amir's car wash session. What? What? Is that public? Tell us more. Tell us more. Does it? Because he doesn't always have people's names on. Can you let us know which video that is, please? Oh my God. There's a video of you? Is it public? Let us know. I don't always watch Amir's car washes because they're long and slow, and I'm rapid. You know, I have to speed things up, so I don't always have time to go and watch the car washes. I would like to. One day I will sit down and just wouldn't let me comment that. Danny set off a big thread about it one day, and John got blamed. Yes, well, John Whitberg is brutal, right? He has no filter, and so I can't even remember what that was about. But I saw a bad word in the chat, and I literally thought, oh, "Freaking John Whitberg." No, he's a lovely man. Yeah, it's one of my like favorite people. And I literally thought that he'd said something naughty in the chat, so I then was like calling him out. But it was Danny. It was Danny this whole time. I heard when you shut down Sean Bond fast about your vice. I was thinking to myself, you're wasting your time trying to convince her otherwise. Yeah. And the other time I shut down Sean Bond was when he was talking about my superpowers and like giving away like all of my secrets kind of thing. And I was like, Sean, can we not tell everybody exactly how my powers work, please? And he's like, yeah, you phosphomancy, so you can take that light and you can take the light from within people and just explode it. And he's going on and on. I was like, dude, like nobody's gonna want to be my friend if you tell them what's going on. Yes, he says, I know which P word with films. P, well, oh, okay. I know exactly what you mean. Okay, but I don't need anyone saving me from my Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I don't need anybody trying to save me. And you know who I'm aiming this at, particular person in the chat. Yeah, I will do what I'm doing just fine. Thank you. I'll be honest, I'm 100% skeptical on Sean Bind's artifacts. Sean Bind. Well, okay, so I knew Miles's point of view on Sean's artifacts, but I wasn't expecting him to put it on my channel. So yeah, so I was a bit like, dang it. But you know, he's invited him over to the conference. He's given him an outlet, an opportunity to showcase and everything, which he didn't need to do if he didn't think they were real or whatever. But I think unless you were there and you watch the testing process, you're never truly going to know. You know, younger me was a geologist, so I studied geology. And even if we were just taking rock samples, there's a process to those things, you know. So if you're taking things out of the ground, there is a process that should be followed. So I can understand what Miles is trying to say. But I'm sure that when I go to the conference and if Sean's brought something there and I feel that resonance, then I'm going to know whether it's real or not. It's the same like with Moldavite. Yeah, there's millions of Moldavite on the market. but there's a very limited supply of moldavite on the planet. So, 9 out of 10, what you're seeing is just plastic, right? But it's that resonance that you feel off it. Some people will be able to feel it, some people won't. I would like to get an expert on with him, because if not real, the truth should be told. Mistakes happen. Yeah, I agree. But because he's been, so it's like guilty by association in a way, because Miles has had a bad experience with one of the scientists or whoever. So he's saying, well, Sean Bond's associated with that person. I know that person's been a trickster or something in the past, allegedly. So that's where he's kind of making some assumptions there as well. Have you tried the berry Dr. Pepper? I've never heard of that. Heroes often enjoy destroying wicked evildoers. Heroes, villains, same thing, different perspective. Blackberry, not berry. Blackberry was no bueno. You know what's awful? Raspberry Pepsi Max. Have you guys tried that? It's like the worst, most disgusting, sickly chemical thing I've ever tasted in my life. You know what I do like though is strawberries and cream Pepsi Max. Weird, but I like it. Yeah. Danny, stop putting the P word in the chat. P word. I like the car wash concept. Yeah. So the energy car wash has been a registered trademark now. Have you noticed that? So he put it on his channel. So he's registered the trademark, and that's not cheap out here. That's a couple of $100. Yeah. Doesn't care about anyone. Yeah. So Matthew West says, yeah, I am the Andromedan ambassador as he described. Let me write. Did he put your name, or did he just write Andromedan ambassador in the title? I can't find my pen. I'm like desperate to write things out. This one I want to watch. This one I do want to watch. Yeah. Okay, Andromedan ambassador. Because I want to see you. Ladies, you're going to want to see this one. Although, on your Instagram, there's words that I don't use, isn't there? I'm going to say what they are, because I don't use those words. I've heard from VB. She met a clone version of me in Florida 2025, which was fake disclosure of me. Yeah. Fake shungite out there too. Well, there's many different grades of shungite. So, oh my gosh, Julia, I love your purple wall. Yeah, I'm in a purple room. So this room is meant to be a violet flame temple space. So at some point this room will get emptied out and it will just have purple things in here. So you walk in and it's just like a purple chamber. Joyful Jennifer's in the chat. I'm so slow on the chat, sorry guys. How y'all doing tonight? This is Joyful Jennifer. So long time no talk. Yeah, my bull gang sister. I don't know if I'm doing that right, so I apologize. Danny, lovely to see, talk, text here. Help get a new space ready today. Okay, yeah, Jason's got some work going on. Mega Man equals temporary emotional pain followed by permanent freedom. Mega Man. Okay, so did you guys see that I did time out Willard temporarily yesterday during the Miles show? But I feel like he was soliciting. So instead of like saying, just developing a relationship with people, he's saying, "Can I contact you privately? Because I want to talk to you." And it's like, and Missy Hill's like, "Me? You want to talk to me? Like, why would you want to talk to me?" Because you've got answers, basically. So he believes that other people have got answers to things, so he wants to, connect with them. But he doesn't have the skills to create bonds and relationships and understand boundaries. So that's why I timed him out yesterday. So not that he's a bad person. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying I can't be dealing with that anymore. Yeah. But I haven't blocked him completely. I've just, it was just a temporary timeout because we were in the middle of a show, and if you're not going to watch the guest, you thought it was appropriate. Thank you. If you're not going to watch the guest, who's probably one of the best guests that we get on, because Miles just has so much information. And I've not always liked Miles Johnston. Like, originally he did a show with Soma Arar last year, and I vowed I would never work with Miles Johnston, right? I literally said to Soma, I can't stand the way he talked to you on that show. I refuse to work with him ever, right? And then I've done loads of videos with Miles now. So, and I appreciate his knowledge and experience and perspective, and and he's very supportive of the work that I do, and you guys know I'm batshit crazy, so so I appreciate the support there. Hashtag Team Bases. And so Bases 2026 International Disclosure Conference is coming up in about a month's time. I'm going to get to meet Sean Bond and Isha in person. Oh, I hope they fly over. I really do. But I will be meeting again Maria Wheatley. Hopefully she'll remember who I am. And I may even get to meet Danny Henderson, because she was there last time and we were in similar circles. We even went out to dinner and everything, because it was like a big dinner. But I didn't talk to her, so I might get to talk to her. Because Drago has mentioned me to her, that kind of thing. Who got a timeout? Put myself on one, I guess. Yeah, Willard. I timed out Willard because he sent me a lot of messages recently to the point of overwhelm. And I've tried to say to people, I only have so much capacity to talk to people privately, because I do a lot of shadow work, basically. So I have people in my routine. So, I've got daily people, weekly people, monthly people, and there's no capacity for somebody who's going to send me 100 messages in 2 hours. That's just not on. Sorry, it's just not right. Even I, who's a bit of a bombarder, would never send anybody 100 messages in 2 hours. But if you guys, one day at a time, if you guys are in my daily, then you're in my daily. Sorry. You don't want to be in my daily routine. Yeah. But, I'm showing up for you every day. Okay, I've got these Lemurian cards. These Beyond Lemuria. Would anybody like a Lemurian card? Self-moderating. What was that show last year, Jason? There was a show, and I think Jason might have told me to self-moderate. I'm like, I can't. It's not very often I walk out of a show because I don't like the guest or whatever, or I put things in which are like not. And there was a show when I put a comment that was not so good about the guest, and Rob just saw that I'd put a comment and he put it on the freaking screen, and I was like, oh, damn. Yeah, if you guys are moderators, you need to self-moderate. No one else can moderate you. Light us up, Julia. No one else can moderate you. I don't know if I can. I think I can probably yeah, I can moderate the moderators, but you can't moderate other moderators, so only I can do that. Yeah. So it was bad. I put a comment, and Rob blindingly thought it was going to be a positive comment. So it's quite bad. I wasn't aware of if I wasn't aware of myself, says Mega Man, I'd be sending all of you 10 trillion messages every second. That is the urgency of my mission. Yeah. Jason, you've got you're the overruling moderator. You're the managing moderator on my channel, Jason. Yeah, that's why you can do that. But everyone else is a standard moderator, and then you've got the top mod. You've got Jason, Missing Time 420, managing moderator. Yeah. He's like, no, don't give me responsibility. So you'll fall in. Jason's your boss. Oh, sorry. Go ahead and try and moderate me, Jason. You just try and moderate me. Yeah. I think we're all standard moderators on Typical Skeptic. I think Jason might be managing moderator over on TSP. I don't know. Yeah, you try and moderate me. It's not going to work. So I've got certain people around me who are like, somebody's gotta take care of you, kind of thing. Somebody's gotta, be not responsible, but check in on me. Lumen Essence. When we journey through life from our hearts, it illuminates the darkness, illusion drops away, and we see what is real. Consider the parts of yourself you may not be accepting. You may be experiencing inner dissonance due to what you're trying to push away. This card is about self-love, deep, compassionate, unconditional love that brings you into wholeness. Lumen Essence means essence of light. Nothing shines like a heart emanating with love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. Accept all your shades to allow more light and love inside and out of your world. Now, as I'm reading this out, I'm thinking, Mega Man, you need to make some cards, or you need to write a book, because you've got all this information brimming within. You're like, why isn't anybody listening to me? Dude, document it, publish it, get it out there. J for Jennifer, I love your purple violet room. Thank you. It's my violet flame chamber. My violet flame temple. I used to be on the other side of the desk, so you saw the wall hanging. But then I wanted to put something so that you guys could see like what I'm up to. But when I was on that interview yesterday, so I had to do this interview / test thing, and right before I thought, I probably better take down the broomstick. I probably better take down the druid symbolism and stuff like that. So it's so funny. So yeah, I did take it. Woo, it's free pinch your cheeks day. Pinch your, I know that's not what you mean. Jason, I'm not reading that out. Violet Flame Temple. Yes. If you go on my Patreon, there is a collection called the Violet Flame Temple. So I teach Violet Flame connection work. I am a priestess of the Violet Flame of Atlantis. Well, that's what I remember. That's what Saint Germain says. I kept trying to not time him out so many times. Every time I saw Julie starting getting irritating, I was thinking, you guys, you're the moderators. If you want to time people out, you time people out. That's on you. Yeah, although there was that time when I wanted to time out Willard on Typical Skeptic, and Rob, I put really hard to not time people out here, and Rob looked up and he went, "We're not timing anybody out. We're all friends here." I was like, "Damn it!" So yeah, so I physically cannot time him out on Rob's channel. I can't. I've been told no. Right. So there was one time. No, that was somebody else. Well, there was another person, and Rob came back in and said, "What did he do? Or what's wrong with that person?" Say, "Oh, he's doing this," and it was bad. It was really bad. Yeah, it was bad. I messaged Rob privately about what a particular person had said, and it's like that person's never coming back. And guess what? They're back. So whatever, you know. Who was irritating? Yeah, we were talking about Willard yesterday because he sent me a lot of messages recently, overloading. And then what I don't like is when people come in the chat, but they're just trying to make a connection because they want to have free sessions with people. Do you know what I mean? And that's all it is. It's I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying he goes about things the wrong way. That it's not always acceptable. He doesn't have any boundaries. He doesn't listen. So that's what annoys me a little bit. I have tried to help. I've even sent him information about things. I've tried to listen and respond, given multiple chances about things. I've had to block him now on Discord because he just within a 2-hour period there was over 100 notifications, over 100 messages within a 2-hour period, and even for me, that's too much. Yeah. Okay, so the day after Igron, I was going to ask Williams to take off his muddy shoes. I don't get that. It tends to get excited and crash the chat. No, it's not crashing the chat. We call it wrecking ball. Good morning, Raskin and I. How are you? How are you doing? He's misunderstood, thank you, Boo, but he does need to tone the messages back, but he does have a good knowledge of info. See, I would like him to create his own channel, and then he's got that outlet there to record, to do videos, and it would probably be a fantastic channel. It probably would, but on a one-to-one basis it's too overwhelming. So again, I'm going to put that advice out there. Please consider setting up a channel, even if it's just diary videos like I do, a couple of times a month. You'll see me just talking to the camera. That's my diary video. I'm expressing, I'm healing, I'm putting information out there that I've discovered. That's my diary video. If nobody watches it, I don't care. It's the process of sharing it. It's like doing the captain's log thing. That's important, and I think he needs to do that. He needs to do a captain's log kind of thing, or he needs to just create a podcast, because he's got a lot of information. But some of it, I believe, is dangerous information as well. The resonance of it is dangerous. He's got active targeting, and he's sharing information that is targeted information with regular people, putting them in danger. That's where I draw the line. I don't like that at all. So there's elements of like the stuff that Drago and I and Christy Campbell and others that go through that we wouldn't be sharing. We wouldn't be putting out there to put you guys at risk as well. Yeah. Then you don't go into someone's place and trance around with their dirty shoes on. Okay. I keep locking up. Oh, this is because I'm talking about something sensitive. I'm locking up. I felt a need to be heard when I interacted with him. Yes, because he feels like nobody listens to him. But it's just too overwhelming. That's all it is. Yeah. Oh, you put William and it said, well, okay. I don't need to be heard. Either you hear or you don't. No biggie. We're just vibrating differently. Yeah, Joyful Jennifer. Joyful Jennifer's a badass. So yeah, we've missed you, JJ. I am Mega Man, the radiant sovereign of infinite truth, awakener of minds, keeper of the eternal flame, and light beyond the veil of illusion. Good on you, Mega Man. You keep doing you. I did mean respectively, says Terry B. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, in the illusion of Mega Man. Says Danny. Okay, I think he struggles with his nervous system like most do till you don't. Yeah. So I mean, we've got people in our community who've got clear mental health issues, we've got people who've got clear targeting issues, and then we've got people who are like ego or or like overwhelm or yeah. So there's the whole mixture, and it's like you've got to go on how you feel interacting with that person. If it doesn't support you, it can be harmful, helpful or harmful. I'll come back to. Yeah. And but I spoke to Eva Pico about helpful, and she says, well, why do you need, nothing helps you, either things serve you or they don't, right? She's that's her narrative. So Eva Pico's coming back on Thursday. Today is Friday for me, and we've got Gina Virginia Casella coming on around 4 o'clock Eastern, I think it is. I'll have to check that. So Gina Virginia Casella, Dragon Dreamers, she may do. This is Gina Virginia Casella. She may do some readings, we will see. And we're going to be talking about the Summer Days Conference that's coming up on the 13th of June. This is a full day event, guys. The last conference was free, so the first conference of the season is always free. This one has a ticket label on it. It's got a ticket price to join in with this one. That money goes towards developing something bigger, right? Something bigger. So do look into that. Check out her channel, Gina Virginia Casella. Go to her Buy Me a Coffee, and you'll see how to interact with the conference. So I will be doing a talk on the conference. My talk, I think, is midday Eastern. I will be doing a talk that's called Anchored in Shadow Strength, Whispers of Remembrance. I've started trying to write it, but it's because I was waiting for my breakaway deck to be sample printed. I'm using the same graphics in my conference promos, you see, because it directly builds in with what I'm trying to express. So that's going to be so cool. Soma Ara's doing a talk. Starseed Lolo's doing a sound healing or a channeling. There's going to be singing bowls throughout the day. You know, it was a really good event last time. We enjoyed it, didn't we, Jason? So, okay. Joyful Jennifer says, hi, Terry. I'm happy to interact with you, Terry. So, Missing Time says, so I was thinking it came out that the CIA took the JFK and MKUltra files. Why wasn't this announcement made when JFK stuff dropped? Okay. Did you hear the driver had much to do with JFK, distracted by the shot afar? So, yeah, so the MKUltra hearings came out. Apparently the CIA walked in and took 40 boxes of case files and confiscated them. So then that put the hearing to a halt. So Jason and I know Nathan Fox and we're probably in on that. And JJ, I've missed your shining light and positive energy. Yes. And JJ is fierce. She's a fierce warrior every now and then. She kicks people's butts, and I love that. That driver might be related to someone else. Okay, so it's all distraction. I asked this question because Igron kept using the word theatre. What's theatre? So I asked the pendulum about it. Let me just get my pendulum. So let's do some pendulum questions, guys. Okay, so can we tune into the energy of the MKUltra hearings, please? Are we connected? Okay, so was the CIA taking those case files theatre? Yeah, that's quite a strong yes on that for me. So was it set up that they would come in and take the case files at set time? Yeah, so that was planned. Was the judge aware that this was going to happen? No, I'm not getting a yes or no. The judge is involved somehow, allegedly. So was the judge aware of the CIA's actions before it happened? So I'm not allowed to know that information. It's hard for me to hold my arm up, by the way, for the camera. So I'm like, oh. Okay, so let's reframe the question. I think of something to lean on so I can build my arm up a bit for you guys. Need something to lean on. Okay. So, Raska, you've had a car wash with Dr. Amir. See, because he don't put people's names on, it just gives you some title, deciphers who you are. I don't know who it is. I'm going to try and find Matty West's one. Okay, was Tulsi involved? So, was Tulsi involved in the Mkultra hearings? Yes, but there's like a small involvement, so wasn't responsible. So, can you clarify the question? So he was involved in some way. Let's clarify that question and make it quite clear, yes or no. So, Deep State the musical. Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, any questions for the pendulum? It can be about anything at all. Doesn't have to be about the Mkultra hearing. So let's know what's going on there. Did she hand over to CIA? So is Tulsi a female? Did Tulsi hand over to CIA? No. No, that's quite a clear no for me. Yeah. But was Tulsi aware of the CIA's actions before it happened? No, but I think she had an inkling that it was going to happen. Yeah. Okay, any more questions about the Mkultra hearing or anything else at all that we can check with the pendulum? So this pendulum is from pendulumalchemy.com. I call him Asclepius because that's the name with that on it. So he does have a consciousness now. It's the Staff of Moses, which is about magic and mystery. We've got the Healing Snake of Asclepius. Can you give me a card reading on any? No, but you can ask a question, a direct yes or no answer question. Oh, hey, Willard. So yeah, you can ask a very clear yes or no kind of question. Surprise this week and this month and year. What? So Cole is saying no hi, no hello, just coming in, asking for a reading. Okay, so yeah, anyone got a question for the pendulum? It can be a personal question, something that you require a yes or no answer to, or it can be about UFO. That's better, Willard. Yeah, so chat pleasantries are important because we are developing connections with one another. Ask if the movie Disclosure Day will help with the disclosure. Okay, will Disclosure Day movie help with disclosure? That's interesting. Okay, will the Disclosure Day movie help with disclosure? It will. But the weird thing is, it's like it's expanding information outwards. So it's not a clear yes or no. The pendulum is trying to move its way out. So I think it's going to give us a wider vision of what's happening in this reality. Okay. So what's your favorite Haribo? Danny, you've asked me that question before. Like, okay, the real question is, what Haribo am I going to buy today? Probably giant strawberries. Have you guys seen giant strawberries? I don't know. I might get them today, but they're very sticky to the teeth, aren't they? So, will the Disclosure Day movie bring us a mass awakening? No, it won't. But it's going to help to expand our awareness. So, Willard, we tune into Willard, please. Will Willard meet his family in New York? Will he meet the Vanderbilts? I'm getting a no. Can I ask that again? Will Willard meet his Vanderbilt family in New York? So I'm getting a no, but there's like a distortion because it almost went to go yes and then it started to do no. So I'm getting a no. So will Willard meet family in New York this year? No. So I think I'll get people discussing and lead to real stuff. Yeah, I agree. So the Disclosure Day movie, it's like when, Close Encounters came out. Did it wake up the entire population? No, but it created a foundation for people to start, getting together and making a movement. Yeah. Make it happen, Willard, if you want it, Sister Joyful Jennifer. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to, sometimes you can't sit around waiting for the universe to line things up. Sometimes you need to take positive, clear steps to make these things happen. But you've also got to ask, is it in my highest good to meet those people, right? So, is it within my higher self's divine plan to meet those people? Hey, they are sticky to, yeah, the giant strawberry Haribos. And the answer was no. What you call your pendulum? It's amazing. So yeah, so I generally call him Asclepius, but I need to find out his true name. 16 people watching, definitely got a few lurkers. Well, said lurker, so shared a post that I put on Facebook. And when you share posts that I have on Facebook, I can see who you are, right? I can see who shared the post. So that's interesting. And I've got an idea who you potentially shared it to. And that's fine. You're welcome to be a lurker. Come and lurk on the Draco show on Saturday. It's going to be a fantastic show. I'm co-hosting with Rob at Typical Skeptic. So I was going to host Draco on this show and do the live Q&As, do the rapid fire Q&A. And then I thought, you know what, let's just do it on Typical Skeptic. That's my second home. So I'm going to be co-hosting with Rob over there. We've got Draco Reed coming on at 8 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. And let's bombard him with so many freaking questions, right? That we get to see Draco Reed relax and have fun. And I think that would be so awesome. Will they call me at least? Okay. Now, will it just know that this is for entertainment purposes only? We're doing this in this moment. Now, you could make a decision or a choice, 2 minutes from now, that will change your timeline. Every time we make a decision, we make a choice, it opens up a potentially new timeline. That's why when you see me doing readings, I take a breath and I scan the cards. I'm scanning timelines, yeah? So each card potentially is a new timeline. So that's what I do. I'm picking 3 cards to weave together a timeline for you. And that gives me a message, and that gives you a that's the work that I do. That really throws up then. That's the work that I do. And that's been documented by Aralam. Aralam has confirmed that that's what's happening when I do my readings, which was nice because I had an idea that was happening, but it's not until like a higher consciousness being says that's definitely what you're doing that you think, wow, okay, that's kind of cool. Because he says, Aralam is saying you struggle to name yourself, but you're an oracle weaver. That's what you do. You weave together timelines. Okay. So, Dan, don't be putting words in the chat that I can't pronounce. So Willard wants to know, will his family in New York or will the Vanderbilt's family call him this year? I'm getting a yes. It's quite a strong yes as well. So there is a connection there for you. Yep. Ask if, I'm going to say axolotl, but I know that's not how you're meant to say it, but that's what I'm going to say. Are axolotls, and I can visualize what being I mean, are they originally from this timeline? No, they are not. I can visualize it because there's a lady I used to work with who had a big tank of them, so I know what they look like. But no, they're not from this timeline. Good morning, fearlessly phoenixing. Yes, good morning. We've been going for 82 minutes. You always come in right towards the end. So we're doing questions for the pendulum right now. So you're welcome to ask a very clear yes or no kind of answer question. Why don't you call them, Willard? That's a good point. That's a good point. The fish, Dan. Yeah, the fish. Hey, fearlessly phoenixing, and I apologize because I don't know what your real name is, so you better let me know when you do your bio. But Phoenix is coming in, unless you just want to be called Phoenix, it's absolutely fine. Phoenix is coming in to do a show with us. It could be next week. I'm not too sure what we set up, but it's going to be awesome. Hey, Phoenix and Willard, they don't have yours. Julie Anchorhaven, do I have an unknown children from 99? I'm not sure what that means. Okay, does Willard have unknown children from 99? I'm getting a yes, but I'm also getting an energy on my throat when I talk about that. So you need to do some throat clearing in relation to whatever that is. Yeah. So, how are you, Phoenix? Now, don't be putting personal information in the chat, please. That's not safe. You do. Okay, Willard, you need a private reading, love, is what Joyful Jennifer is saying. And that's so true. I wholeheartedly agree. Some of the answers that you seek, the information is deep, it's private. You need somebody who's going to really sit with your energy, who's going to be able to tune into you properly. That is never, ever going to come out of a session on a podcast, which generally, how much time do I spend in people's energy? 30 seconds to 3 minutes, and then I'm out of your energy. The readings that I do privately, yeah, they might be similar in a way to what I do when you see me online, but they go more expansive. I can tune into your energy more. I can get more comfortable with your energy. And the more you share, the more it opens up when I do Akashic energy work. So, yeah, so just sometimes just by expressing things or asking a question, you're going to start a healing process. That's not going to happen on a podcast, okay? That is not. It can't. So, you know, even when Dr. Amir does an energy car wash on a podcast, it's a mini version of what he would do if you had a full hour session, right? So, Willard, you need to be respectful and you need to book in with people privately, value and respect their work. And unfortunately, that means you need to pay. Now, it could be donation based. You know, there's plenty of healers out there that will do donation based if funding is an issue for you, but do the research and be respectful. Yeah. I don't do readings for all my friends. Yeah. Maybe occasionally, if they really need it, then we'll say, you know, do you want to have a look at the cards together? My friends are my friends. Yeah. So if I feel it's going to support them in some way, then yeah, maybe I'll get the cards out every once in a while. But, you know, we've got friends for a reason. So my friends, we talk about different things. We don't talk about card readings and stuff like that. Occasionally, we might do that. We might do a swap. I do a lot of swaps with people. And some people will, you know, you just talk shit or you talk about different topics, you know, or you just share links between each other. Well, my friend Marianne and I, we just share each other reels on Instagram. That's like one of the main things we do. We have a laugh. That's why we have friends, not so that we can tap their energy. Okay, so you don't need to pay for readings, but donations are always appreciated because this is how I support my family. So paypal.me/Anchorhaven. If you go into my bio on YouTube, there's a sum up link, and that's for credit card payments if you can't use PayPal. So that is something there. So that's like a separate card processor in the UK. I don't know if that works for you guys in America, so you need to test that out. I don't have Venmo, and I don't have what's that other one? There's another one in America, but we don't have that over here. Super chats, super thanks, super stickers are there. However, I can't cash that out yet. And I might not be able to cash it out for another month or so. So I don't know where that money goes right now. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, that's right, says Dan Guess. Willard, what will you get out of meeting your true family? Will it bring you closure, says Woo. Phoenix, I'm great, Cecile. How are you today? They are like piranhas, says Missy Di. What? Willard says yes. Dan says, I effing knew it. I'm not sure what the conversation is now, because I never had their phone number. Okay. Oh, Woodstock 99? Willard, how old are you? I'm thinking Woodstock from like the 60s. Sorry. You can search for people. Do you have a phone book? Just kidding. Who has a phone book these days, Silcola? There's no phone books anymore. How much do you charge? I have got. You need to join my Patreon to see my offerings over there. But there's not that much I can help you with. I really don't have that skill set to retrieve the information that you're looking for. I've told you that in the past. So for me, the people that I work with Sean Bond. Okay, he has a lot of information. I work with Christy Campbell. However, be aware, Christy Campbell is a no nonsense kind of person. She won't be putting up with any shit at all. Right? She's probably one of the fiercest people I know. Who else do I work with, guys? I work with Soma Aurora. But if I was looking to get a reading like what you do, I'd probably go for one of the psychics. I don't know. You need to basically go onto Typical Skeptic and have a look at the guests on there, see if there's anyone you resonate with. Go onto other channels, have a look at their guest list, see if there's anyone you resonate with. Go to their websites, do some research about the person, watch some of their videos, and then, you know, make connecting. You see me working with Ivan Teller occasionally. So I went through a period when I was working with Ivan because he can channel ET guides, angels, whoever. He can channel it all. And I actually found that very helpful for the work I was doing at the time. So I don't work with Ivan as much right now. So I go through little phases, and certain things make sense at that time, and then that, I evolve into something else. And so you'll see me doing like little rotations with people. But like me and Soma, I've worked with Soma consistently for about 2 years, maybe now. I don't know if it's 2 years, it might be less. But we have like a soul connection. So you guys saw when we did readings the other day, we had the same messages. So there's a few people I work with where you'll see us do readings, and it's literally like it's a partnered reading. The information is the same because we've got that sync. Who else? Who else do I don't know. Who have I worked with lately? I'm not too sure. I've not really worked with anybody lately. Yes, Willie, please listen to Julia. You need a private reading. The answers you seek may not be what you wish. It's hard. It might not be for you. Now, I do believe that other people hold a piece of your puzzle, but I believe, and I've repeatedly said this, Willard, that you have so much information right now that you could probably sit down for a year and analyze that information by yourself. You really could. And so you've got all this big pile of information. It's like me. Like March last year, I did a video with Jessica Morocco, and I did a video with the ACIO, which was 2.5 hours long. And then I connected with Drago Reed, right? That's a private video. That won't get released. And so I had 6 hours worth, right? And before that, I'd done a session with Sean Bond. So I had like 8 hours worth of information, 8 hours worth. I'm still working through that same 8 hours worth now. And I regularly go back and I watch portions of it because it makes different messages come forward. So I see things different. My perspective has changed on certain things. I'm still working through the ACIO video. So when you go to my Anchorhaven Origins playlist, or I go right back to the beginning, you'll see there's things with Soma, Christy Campbell, Sean Bond, Jessica Morocco. Now, Jessica Morocco is a fascinating lady, to be honest. She is. And I think she's only she's $100 for a session. So that's readingsbyariel.com. And she saw quite a lot in that session I had with her. And she confirmed a lot of things. So generally, I'm giving people information and they are verifying what they get off it, and that helps me perspective what I'm getting off it and things like that. And then maybe they'll give me something from what they're seeing. So I get a lot of information myself, psychically by myself, and then I take my own time to drill it down into its simplest form. So that's what I call the debrief process. So I sent you that graphic, Willard, about the steps for the debrief process. I sent you an infographic. Please read it. Please read it. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the be all and end all, but it might help you. So please have a look at that. So I have tried to share resources with you. I'm not always hard on you. Have you had a chance to check out her website? Yeah, this is the thing. You need to do research. And you need to resonate with people. Yeah. So I only work with people that I resonate with. You'll see that there's some people who are never ever going to come on my podcast. They're just not, because we're not in that same circle. We're not in that same resonance. Nothing against those people at all. We just don't, I respect their work as a colleague far, far away, and they'll probably not even know I exist or whatever, and that's absolutely fine. So you'll see me working with the same kind of circles of people who are all small channel, heart-centered. We're just putting ourselves out there to support one another. We've got our own little community. Yeah. Okay. Look outside to the sky. Yeah. Life should be easy flowing, fun with hiccups. Life happens, but don't go looking for drama equals trouble, says Joyful Jennifer. It's good to have you back, JJ. Trying to help you, brother. You might get the answers you seek. Yeah, this thing, we are trying to help you, Willard, but I really feel like, it's fallen on deaf ears. That's how I feel. Had a random thought pop up. That's what came across. So Mega Man says, Joyful Jennifer, we run into problems anytime we resist facing what is actually happening. Joyful Jennifer says, I love you, Willard. Hope for the best. Ruth says, Willard, 11 o'clock in sky, like direction on a clock. Willard says, 54. Okay, random. I love being random on this channel, but it needs to flow. There needs to be a random, flowing of, it's similar to what we're talking about. Mega Man, you talk about yourself in the third person all the time. And I know I do that too, but Anchorhaven's an altar. So Anchorhaven's literally like a part of me. Mega Man has no true limit because I'm sorry, I'm getting Duffman vibes right now. I think it's just the way I said it. It's like the Duffman persona came up. Mega Man has no truth limit because clarity, truth, and direct perception are not bound by fear, conditioning, identity, or psychological walls that confine ordinary minds. Okay. PayPal is best for anyone not in the USA. Yeah, thank you, Phoenix. So there's my Patreon, or you can go to anchorhaven.co.uk. It takes you straight to the Patreon now. And you can be a free member on there. I put free resources that you can download. Podcast episodes are going on there. Guest bios and things like that are going on there as well. So I'm building up like a guest collection so you can see who's in our little Anchorhaven community. So, Willard, we were saying go outside and look to the skies, look to 11 o'clock, yeah? And just say, and Willard's like, did it, no good. Dude, open your eyes. From our experience, PayPal is cheeks. I don't know what that means. If it's that hard, I know to walk away as gently as possible. Experience tells me, not my circus, yeah? Jennifer, how you doing? Oh dear, my friend. Oh dear. Actually, well, I just turned 60, Willard. Imagine that. Oh, JJ. Chaley, raising the vibes again. Chaley's in the house. Good. Let's have some bells. Woo! Hey, Sprinkles. Oh. It came in like a wrecking ball. Sorry, Jen, I did not answer before. I'm doing awesome. Thank you. Mega Man, sprinkles, sprinkles, sprinkles in the chat. Okay. Willard is saying, can I ask yes or no how my stepbrother, with a personal name that I'm not going to read out, died at birth? No, because that's not a yes or no answer, is it? Rephrase the question. Okay. It needs to be, it's now a good time to do this. Did that happen? Yes or no? Not how did that happen? That's not a pendulum question. Mega Man has no use for second-hand information when it replaces direct perception, because truth must be observed, clearly first-hand, not merely repeated or believed. Thank you, Mega Man. Willard, maybe a private investigator might be an option. Quicker results, more cash needed choices. With all of the choices, cash is needed, or energy exchange, or swaps, or doing your own research. You know, there's loads of good channels out there that are free. Geraldine Orozco has got a great channel, and if you start to watch some of her videos, you might like open up. She's done quite a few videos with Michael Koff on his channel. Michael Koff and I are going to be collaborating again soon. I think it's next Wednesday or Thursday. I'm on Michael Koff's channel. No idea what we're going to talk about, but it's a little bit earlier in the day, so I might not be as dark haven as I was last time. And he's like, oh, this is great, I love this, and I'm like, that's really dark. That's about death and doom. It was 3 a.m, guys. Yeah, I'm not always jolly. You know, there are moments when Anchorhaven is in the darker mode. That's not a yes or no question. So rephrase the question. Like my stepmom, personal information said he died. So did he die? Okay. I'm not sure I'm comfortable asking this question, but we'll see. So please know that this is for entertainment purposes only. The information may or may not resonate with you. Me giving a yes or no does not make me liable in any way involving of somebody's passing. Legally, I take no responsibility for this question. So Willard would like to know, did his stepbrother die the way his stepmother said? Is that right? I'm getting a yes. I'm getting a yes. Okay, so the information provided to you at that time was what they believed to be true. Okay? Justy, thank God you're here, Justy. Thank Crunchy it's Friday, as we say here in the UK, because Crunchy's a chocolate. I don't know if you guys have that. Joyful Jennifer says, it's hard sometimes to catch everyone in chat. You always say hi. I wanted to make sure I asked this. Willard, how come you never tried getting Beverly Rhodes or Sloane Bella on your podcast? First of all, I've met Beverly Rhodes. She did agree to come on the podcast. I've just not been able to schedule her yet because I don't know, there's something in the way of me doing that. Sloane Bella, I'm a little tiny podcaster. a little baby podcaster here. Not everybody's going to want to come on a little baby itty bitty podcast. So no, I've not reached out to Sloan Bella. I do not resonate with their work at all. Not in my awareness. So in the list. So Justy Nutty, admire Julia, amazing. Thank you, Justy. Love you. 54 years old. Why are you putting random things in like that about ages? Oh, I just actually laughed out loud at the dog when I know. Right, Dan, like once I said it, I couldn't unsay it then, and now it's in the back of it's in my mind, like oh, I'm so sorry. That's my baby humor then. What weapon would you use in a zombie apocalypse? Well, not to be egotistic, but I am the weapon. Although Kit Kat wants to... The first thing Kit Kat ever said to Christy Campbell was, I am not a weapon. And like 2 days earlier, I'd literally made a comment to somebody and left them a voicemail saying, hey, I'm just a weapon. And 2 days later, Christy Campbell channeled a message from another version of me that's saying, I'm not a weapon. Right? Boom! That blew my mind. If you've ever doubted Christy Campbell, impossible, because she like the altar heard me have that conversation. Right? And 2 days later had an outlet to say, let her know that we're not just a weapon. Right? So my perception of oh God. Mega Man. I don't have a true identity. It's all the same to me. It's just words. I am pure love and wisdom, which is outside the boundaries of thought. Mega Man speaking. Okay. I added that last bit, but I'm going to start doing that now. Because it's like, all right, I'm speaking. Joyful Jennifer says, Willard, mostly divine timing, divine plan, not yours, you know. I don't think most of us have answers, honestly. We are seeking. Yes, we are forever seeking the truth. Yeah, we're never going to stop learning. Like Dan Guest, the immortal spaceman, says, every day is a school day. And I get the double thing on that, Dan, because you literally work at a school zone. It's hilarious. But yeah, we are the perpetual seeker, always seeking truth, always seeking answers. Cleaning sinks by myself, chuckling out loud like a nutter. I think it's hilarious. Okay, do you want to card Anchorhaven? Yes, Sprinkles, card me. For sake, card me. Oh, you got a new deck. What's the deck? Let us know. Terry says, MT420, the spleen from the movie Mystery Men. He cleared a room. Should we get that one reviewed by John McBug? There's so much light coming in right now. Yeah, what deck have you got, Sprinkles? What you get? What you get? Mega Man speaking. When I completely shatter the mirror that blinds all of us, then you will see who I am. Mega Man's words. Okay. Did we explain the bar to JJ? So, yeah, James is going to need to explain the bar to JJ if James is still here. I'm getting t-shirts will be available soon for the bar, the Black Sheep Rebel Alliance. Okay, I've designed t-shirts. They're setting up a store right now. Stillborn. Okay, Willard. Enough personal questions. Enough. You can see no one else is asking personal questions now. You've asked tons. Dial it down. Julia, you're human after all. I'm in a human vessel here. I'm just your average, typical galactic being trying to fit into a suit. Yeah. Just do you have a chain restaurant called Fridays in USA? Does you okay? Dan, have we got Friday? We've got TGI. No, TGI Fridays. Is that the same one? Raskin and I, wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by. If you're going, we love you. Jason, how did your weed MTG go? What's MTG? Last we texted. I posted a video on Discord, says Danny, and was shocked about cursive writing. We sign our names in cursive on documents. Cursive equals curse. Yes. Yeah, Flix is great at this kind of thing, decoding the words. Flix is good at that. Flix is in the Netherlands, so it's 8 a.m. in the Netherlands right now, so she needs to get her butt awake. Dan Guest says, read or listen to World War Z, the book/audiobook for good info on zombies. Okay. Rask. I just helped them a little bit today with getting the new space ready to open. I hope you get a good job out of that. I hope you get paid in cash money. And not just dabs. Dangus says, there's more to be said about zombies too. Ukrainian biolabs, 1990s spring to mind. IYKYK, if you know, you know. Is WWZ movie accurate to the book? So I know they say the zombie apocalypse timeline is the Hillary timeline. I know I've heard people say that. Earth School, where soul evolve, break cycle patterns, and expose the truth, says Joyful Jennifer. Sprinkle says it's an oracle deck called Beyond the Fog and Shade. That's so weird because I'm using Beyond Lemuria and you're using Beyond the Fog and Shade. Wow. Yeah, card me, Sprinkles. My energy is like tanking right now. Love that movie. Danny says, JJ, Black Sheep Rebel Alliance is what Bar Ra stands for. Because it's just funny, because it's Black Sheep, so I thought, like, Bar. So it's the Bar Ra. But I've made some great graphics, and they're going to go into my Galactic store soon. And I think I've already put them in the spring store, but I want to shift to the Sonia galacticfire.com. I'm getting a store set up over there soon. Will you rise to meet your spirit guides? Ooh. Oh, Willard got timed out. Okay. Sorry, Willard. Yeah. Willard, you need to take an interest in others. Yeah, take an interest in the group. I could sit here and just say to people, tell me about me, tell me about me, tell me about me. But I don't. When we do Typical Skeptic, we're in the chat over there. There's guests that come on, and yeah, we put a question in, we send a donation, $5 or $10 or whatever you can afford. We make a donation to the guest to support their work, to support the channel. It's not cheap doing this kind of channel stuff. Fucking ChatGPT hit me with £43 bill yesterday. So, and it's because I couldn't find. I started the free trial for the business mode, thinking I might need it to help me with the deck stuff, which I didn't in the end. And then I couldn't find how to downgrade. I couldn't find it. You know, they make it so hard for you to find the settings. And then it hit me with a bill, and it says you're on a plan that's £18 a month. But then it says minimum of 2 seats. So I think that's totally misrepresented, because it hit me with a bill of £43, and it wasn't clear if you cancel, do you get a refund? So I'm just going to have to let it be there and cancel it towards the end of the next cycle. But freaking subscriptions are the worst. They really are. Okay. Black, white, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. TJ Fridays, Chichitos. I've seen a Chichitos. Yeah, in what's that one by me that's really big? Can't think now. Cranky and Pennies. Cranky and Pennies closed down over here. We're all owned by the same company. Good chance it's the same global company. Obviously, they're not called Cranky and Penny. Bar-Ra, Black Sheep Rebel Alliance. Cranky and Pennies. Did you mean to not put that? Was that a typo? Yes. I thought you were just being discreet. Frankie and Benny's. Oh, I needed that laugh. Village really drains me. Bar-Ram you, the movie babe. With a Bar-Ra. How'd you get the beans above the Frank? There's something about Mary. AA on the B to extend the tone, and then just Ra for a short tone. Yeah, so I because it's sheep. So I thought bar's really funny, is it? Because it's sheep. Julia, did you get any sleep? I did, Terry. Thank you. I did get some sleep. I got. I don't know. I really don't know. But the weird thing was, I opened my eyes and I leapt out of bed. Right, which is so stupid. I don't know why. Because a friend of mine, I can phone them at the moment. I can't always phone them because I'm not always alone. So I leapt up to phone my friend. Like, are you still alone? What they charge you for it? Yes, so ChatGPT charged me £43 for 1 month when I thought it was going to charge me £18. And I was trying to find the subscription settings so that I could cancel before I'd get charged, and I couldn't find it. So then I gave up on that. So then £43. So what's that, like $65 or something? That's just insane. Okay, excuse me, tell them hell to the no. Justice is coming, says Sprinkles. Hazy illusions, enchanted cat, spiritual energy, mystic power, inner magic, divine force, fortunes, protection, barriers against darkness, ascend to the highest vibration of human. Is that my card reading, or is that just you putting like positive energy? Be right back, says JJ. I only charge for a back rub for a reading. It's like a little face. Yeah. All men think back rubs are like innocent, and you know that's not innocent. Come on. It's like a foot rub. There's always another agenda. Yeah. I think yesterday we were talking about Eva Pico. Girl crushes on Eva Pico. Yeah, she's pretty hot. She's coming back on next week, so that's really good. She's got a great higher perspective. She's a really good transformational coach, by the way. Whenever I have a conversation with her, just a general conversation, I will start talking about things, but it's literally like I'm writing down as fast as I can, because you can ask her the most simplest thing and she will just drop the most divine wisdom on you that you think, shit, I'm going to start taking notes. Oh, Desi gave you the stare down. Time to behave. Hey, Desiree. All 4 of my children started as back rubs, says Dan. Yeah. So Dan's coming on the show soon. Did we set a date on that? Sprinkle says, life harmonize your energy. Embrace your true being. That's interesting. Sea of despair, feelings, helpless soul, drowned, selfish, gloom, clueless, fragile, sorrow, rage, fearful, empty. We're kind of going the other direction now, Sprinkles. What's going on? Sprinkles, Mega Man, I'm right here. This is probably the most uplifting chat on Karen Tube. You guys raise the vibe. That was the first pull. I'm going to grab a couple from my other deck. Okay, I'm not too sure about this new deck. We need to because it's we need to spend some time with it, don't we? We'll figure out. I'm sure you'll translate it for me. Let's do the singing bowl because it's 7:14. Oh, I feel a bit edgy. Let's release that. Is that mine? So you can hear that scratchiness as we release unwanted energy. The dragons are coming back. Hell yeah. 7:14 here, 2:14 on Eastern. So 1:14 Central. And my sound effect board. I'm going to get a sound effect board. Yay! Woo! Woo! Oh, thank you guys for joining me. It's 7:15 a.m. I am Anchorhaven, and this is the Mystical Wellness Channel, where we talk about all things weird and wonderful. We've not spoken about Stargates for a while. Time travel, cloning, super soldiers, disclosure, Mkultra hearings, Project Oblivion. I've had an epiphany on Project Oblivion. I'm going to talk about it with Eva Pico and Igron next Thursday. Today is Friday, which is Feel Good Frickin' Friday here at Anchorhaven, and we have got Gina Virginia Casella coming on this evening. This is Gina Virginia Casella speaking, and she's going to bring in her Dragon Dreamer energy and her crystal gnome energy and all that kind of weird shit. So so I had a reading from her. Jason, have you had your reading with Gina? You get a free reading with Gina when you collaborate on her event, which is Summer Days Conference on I think it's Saturday the 13th of June, and it's the week before I head down to Bases, which is the 19th to 21st of June, Bases 2026 International Disclosure Conference with Miles Johnston. So I did a video of Miles last night. We were promoting the lineup, so it has taken 3 months to get that lineup. I'm not kidding. I've been like, where's the list? Where's the list? Where's the list? And so the thing is, rah, it's not going to be any flights, rah. Miles is very explosive. Oh yeah, she was. Honestly, it's good. I think you need to go. Oh no, you should have had the reading. You should have had the reading, Jason. Swap out the book for the reading if you can. The reading's worth more. Not that the book's not good, but you'll get an energy shift off the reading.
yeah, which is important. You get clarity. So she basically, Gina does these medicine. When you see her with the crystals and she's doing this, she's doing a medicine wheel, like a shamanic crystal medicine wheel reading is what she's doing. And she's rolling the crystals around. And then she gives you kind of like a life path reading of where you are and where your energy is shifting around the medicine wheel. So I think it's a really good, it's a good reading that she does. I got a lot out of mine because when she did mine, I was in such a dark place, and it presented on the medicine wheel the challenge that I was going through. It showed up out of my chart, out of my wheel. There's only one crystal or one spirit animal, power animal, that was where it should have been, and that was the one that was going to like power me through. It was really interesting. Yeah, so do try and have a reading with Gina Virginia. So Casella, so she's going to come on this evening. So she may do some mini readings for us. Yeah. Mega Man feels good because his mind is not burdened by inner conflict, resistance, or psychological escape, allowing clarity, peace, and energy to flow naturally. Mega Man speaking. Okay. Absolutely ideal Mega Man. Crowns and 100% for Mega Man. Me too, says Joyful Jennifer. Mega Man, that's where I went. I left to put into me. Feeling good today. Sprinkles, hope you and your family are doing great, says Boo. So yeah, welcome everybody. If you are lurking in the chat, please do get yourselves in here. We wish you many, many blessings. Chat people are awesome, and lurkers are just as good as chat people. I was a lurker for a long time, a typical skeptic, just hanging out in the background thinking, oh, those chat people. Those chat people are so clicky. Oh, I'm now freaking moderating the chat. So yeah, get yourselves in here, become a top fan, and you might even get a moderator. Baloo little thing going on. So I spend a lot of time on me now. It's a 60 thing. Yes. Yeah, I'm in my 50s now. I'm 51 this year. Has anything changed? Not really. I've always been quite self-involved, to be honest. Choices. Becoming aware of different options or making a choice between paths. All about me, says Joyful Jennifer. Yeah. Yeah, it really is time to just drop the, what was the phrasing that Icon used? That polite idiot something? Polite idiot templates or something? What was the phrase, guys? Wizard Wakers is 61 next month. And you just start to find yourself at 60. I think you're starting to really clue into who you are, because I know I've only just in the last, say, 2 to 3 years got comfortable with who I am. I actually feel right now that this is probably one of the happiest times I've ever been, and that's thanks to you guys. It really is. And so I think I know myself better now. I had so much uncertainty my entire life. Nothing made any sense. It just did not make freaking sense until the last 2 years when I got that context. And yeah, I know it's SSP bullshit or whatever, but that it's just put so much into focus for me. It really, really has. Now, there's no other explanation. I've tried to debunk it. I have tried to like find another solution or what everything is, and it just, yeah, polite idiot mask. That was it. So when you get to 50s and 60s, we are done with polite idiot masking. No more agreeing, nodding, smiling. No more. Yeah, you start to lose that filter. I've never had a filter, by the way, ever. I've never had a filter. It got me into so much trouble in the last 50 years not having a filter. And you've got to be in the right space, or people just don't get it, and you're like, she's, you know, okay. The process of making something stronger, renewal, healthier, or more dynamic after a period of decline. That's good. One of my favorite illusions is time, says Danny. That's a great perspective. You're so beyond amazing. I gave them sprinkles, and I always be so grateful for your friendship. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's great when we see you. We've not seen you much lately. What's been going on with you? Yeah, you need to get yourself in here more. Sprinkle, I balance my nervous system equals successful, says Joyful Jennifer. Same, says Dan. Waking up to the truth was rebirthing. Yeah. Wizard Ricker says the same. For me, finding out about SSP stuff makes so much sense to everything that I've been through in the past. Honestly, it's like when you've been through every single narrative to think, is this me? Does this make sense? Does this answer anything? And then you find that context and you think, oh my God, it's freaking multi-dimensional, right? That's the only explanation, is it's multi-dimensional. That everything, like, you won't believe some of the daydreams I have are really like vivid and weird. And to find out that it's not me daydreaming, it's literally my consciousness merging into other aspects, right? That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so there's some things you cannot explain in this reality because it doesn't fit in this reality. Yeah, because we're so much bigger than you believe. Sprinkles says, yes, Jen, about the nervous system is so important. Sprinkles has been hibernating. Danny says hibernating is a hobby. I do a lot of hibernating because this takes a lot out of me, holding this space. So after this, I go into meditation for at least 2 hours if I can. So, and that will kind of, sometimes it just goes into a sleep. So I'll go so deep that I'll just sleep instead of meditate. It's the same. But when I'm meditating, you can have a conversation with me. That's the difference. I'm consciously awake. You could step into the room and I'll be deep and I'll talk to you. My son does that to me sometimes, and I'm literally like, Julia's not here right now. Like, I'm aware that you are in the room with me, but I'm not physically in my body. Please can you come back in 20 minutes while I reintegrate into my body? So it's like an answer phone switches on. Julia's on a call right now. Milab on a path to healing, not hibernating now. Dumb Lizzie, how are you? God, it's been freaking forever. It's great to see you. How are you, Dumb Lizzie? So I did a show with Miles Johnston last night about the BASIS conference next month. Yeah, and so we're in Devizes in, well, Pewsey in Wiltshire. Most people are staying in Devizes. Oh, are the kittens' eyes open? Oh, yes, tell us about the kittens. So Dad says, seeing Jason Rice speak for the first time was an enormous moment for me. So much of the things he said made sense, even though it was far from what I had been used to. Yeah, so like me connecting with Drago Reed this time last year, boom, it was a really big thing for me because I've always had this feeling that there's somebody here who's witnessed my life with me, but I didn't know who they were because they're not here. Right, and so there is a connection there, so that put a lot into context for me. And then the other one in the last 6 months was Aaron McCullum. Hearing his voice, seeing his face, activated me in a way that I cannot explain. And knowing that guy, even though he's living a completely different life now, knowing that he is alive recently, that just saved me a little bit because I thought he was dead, right? I really did. The grief that went through my body, I thought he was dead. So you can't tell me that I don't know that person when seeing a video of them put me into grief and overwhelm, right? You can't say that because my body, my being had a massive reaction to his voice, his face. It was insane, right? So I had to the point of I had to get Ivan Teller to say to me, basically, look and watch this happen. He said, what you've tuned into is his targeting level. You've tuned into targeting that's around him. And it was the most immense thing I've felt in a very long time. But recently I found out that he is alive, but he's just living a new life and he's not open for interaction at all. Yeah, so you just got to leave him be. So, Dumb Lizzie, been through shit with negative ETs and military. Yeah. So the BASIS conference is coming up. I don't know if you'd ever travel down to BASIS, would you, Lizzie? That'd be so awesome. But yeah, it's just full of targeted individuals and handlers and whatever. Yeah, so I haven't seen Rice do any interview recently. Says missing time. Still closed, but getting bigger every day. New kitties. Oh, their eyes are still closed. Oh, I love kittens. I love them. I've been burned out most likely. Yeah, have you noticed his stuff recently? I lost it with him and I actually approached him about it when he was calling somebody out and wishing that they get a particular illness, shall we say, and stuff like that. And I was literally like, dude, that video was just wrong. You're wrong in what's going on. But he's going through something. He's getting a lot of targeting. He's getting like not even just like manipulation, but this like obsessive energy. There's a lot of obsessive energy in the fields right now. This is what it is. It's like they've activated, the dark has activated breeder contracts. So maybe you were in a breeder program 500,000 years ago. It's like that contract has been reactivated. So your connection to somebody has been reactivated. An obsession has formed in a way. And it's not really your fault. You're vulnerable. You're a target. And it's like when you talk about alien love bite, when that comes in, it's like an overwhelming obsession, but you're tied into that love feeling. So it's like a fake love, a fake light, right? So this false light energy is coming in. So there's people right now operating on false light. Oh, I was having a realization here. So certain people believe that they're working in the light, but they're actively working in false light. Okay. So this is Project Oblivion. So what Project Oblivion is doing is activating, yes, the spiritual community fake light. Project Oblivion is activating agents right now. So within our spiritual community, within our disclosure community, our galactic community, people who are not fully balanced, people who are not 100% true to themselves or whatever, or feeling isolated or targeted or whatever, they're being activated to become Oblivion agents. And I believe this to be true right now. My perception may change as my take on it evolves, but they're being activated to false light. So they will stand on their platform and they will say, this is right, this is wrong, whatever, because they truly believe it, but it's false light. Okay, it's not true, but they can't see it because they're just surrounded by false light energy. So, and I mean, even Soma Aurora's talked about, she had guides come in the past that felt like the Palladians, but they weren't the Palladians, and it took her like 3 weeks to realize that's not my Palladians. It took her 3 weeks to really start to think, hang on, this just doesn't feel right. And her true Palladian guide team said that was a test for you. It was a test so that you could truly recognize us, yeah? So sometimes we do get tested, okay? We've got a hold. I don't know why that got held, Mega Man. That's why I must end confusion once and for all. Yeah. So, so there is false light. There are Oblivion agents within our community. I believe that to be true. I don't believe that they are aware that they're agents. I don't believe they're aware that they've been targeted, handled, manipulated, that they've surrounded themselves with people who are just not right, serious wrongins. And we can look at it and think, so, voice tones off on that. So I'm a voice medic. So if somebody's voice is irritating me, there's a reason. Either what they're saying is not true, or I've got healing to do on that aspect of me that's got an issue with that or whatever. So I do listen to people's voice tones. That's very important to me. Yeah, so there's certain people in our community who are being activated and they're getting this obsessive energy. And they can't shake it. And they've even questioned, how do I shake this energy? But what's happened is it's overwhelmingly turned into false light. Yeah, sorry, it's a bit of a rant. So, sorry about that. JJ saying she's passed many tests. Sprinkle says that's true, Mega Man. Fear is the worst. Literally, I remind myself every day that there are only two choices, fear or love. And I choose love every day. Yeah, making that choice every day is important. Because somebody queried me recently and said, how can you be jolly if it's 5 a.m.? If you're a targeted individual, how can you be jolly? Because I choose to be an empowered individual. I choose to show up. I choose to connect with you guys. I choose to put out a positive message for us to connect. I choose to open this space every day. And there's no point me opening a space if it's not going to be about light, if it's not going to be about fun and joy and laughter. I'm a certified laughter yoga leader. So at some point we can do that. If you want to do the exercises for that, we can do that. It's freaking hilarious. I've been getting a lot of requests as Wizard Rick is on Telegram for what seem like Chinese women. It's the beard. I just block and report spam. Joyful Jennifer says, I started from the bottom, not knowing anything about spiritual community until 2020. I am Joyful Jennifer. I really am, says JJ. Yeah, we know you are. Because you shine a rainbow light wherever you go. It's beautiful. Light sprinkles, just shining light. Silcola, Justy, Terry, everybody in the chat. We really do shine here, and that's why people like coming in. Because we are a community. Anchorhaven's a community, and I love that about you guys. Thank you so much. So Friday night we have got Gina Virginia Casella, and she's a pretty positive lady. But what I loved about her conference is you get to see her do shamanic practices where she takes the thing and she spits it into the air and all that. And I'm just like, wow, love it. Jennifer's rainbow light, yeah. Justy, yeah. So we had a great session with Igor the other day and Eva Pico. If you've not watched that session, go and watch it back, because quite a few of us got energetic scans, and it will blow your mind, the information that came through about some of the people in our community. But what I loved about my reading was that he said about there was a shift from before I had a dense anchor, now I've got like a flowing crystalline frequencies building. So that's great. So it's nice to get a confirmation that what you're working on is actually making sense. Yeah, because we're working on this crystallization process. Wisdom Waker says, yes, it was very mind-blowing and very confirming. Every now and then we just need that nod. And you know who's good for that is actually Ivan Teller. Every now and then he'd say to me, you're doing good, you're on the right path. And that little confirmation give me a bit of a boost. Okay, I'm on the right path. Sometimes we need that. Yeah, so you'll hear me say that occasionally in readings, you're doing good. So everyone, like, I love to get a gold star. I used to work with somebody, they'd literally cut and make me a gold star. There you go, here's your gold star. Yeah, I know that's silly, but I love it. Every now and then, positive reinforcement, positive reward. It's important to keep moving forward. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Can I catch it? Can we catch the sun? Yesterday, I was in my bathroom of all places, and there was millions of orbs in there, in the sun trays. And I put my hand in, and I said, if you're really an orb, touch my finger, right? And an orb just came down and touched my finger. So really weird. Joyful Jennifer says, I'm on the right... Mega Man, who's just called me a good girl. Okay. Joyful Jennifer, yes, I am a good girl. Oh, I hope one of my friends doesn't watch this. Every now and then somebody... Good girl. Here comes the sun. Na 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 na. There's the two orbs. Here comes the sun. Yeah, and I could see my aura really big in the sun yesterday. Oh, la la la. Playing in the sun. Okay. I have an original, says Joyful Jennifer. Okay, we've been going for 130 minutes. I'm going to finish off soon. It's 7:33. It is Friday. So Gina's coming on today. Saturday, it's all about the Drago Reed show. So Drago Reed is doing a show with me on Typical Skeptic. So this is a show that I was going to host on this channel, but then I thought, hell, let's get it on Rob's channel. So I'm co-hosting with Rob. We've got Drago Reed coming in, and we're going to do live audience Q&A. So you can ask Drago Reed absolutely anything. I can't promise he's going to answer everything, but it's going to be a heck of a fun show. It's going to be fast and fun, and you're going to get to hopefully see another side of Drago Reed that's really fun, and we'll see. So it's still an Anchorhaven show. We're just hosting it over on Typical Skeptic, basically. So yeah, so Rob and I are going to be collaborating to dig into Drago Reed and see what information we can pull out of him and get him to have some fun with us. Yeah, so it's still an Anchorhaven live Q&A show. It's going to be on Typical Skeptic on Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern, which just happens to be my Monday, 1 a.m. So after watching, Lisa says, after watching Drago's talk, I passed out 3 times at cloning and DNA. Shit hit the fan. Yeah, I passed out on his talk in Full Disclosure 2025. Passed out a couple of times on that. One of them, I went back and I re-listened to what I passed out on, and it's when he was talking about the dogs in the lab, the dog observers that used to, and mine was like this big, and ACIO talked about it as well, that there was this dog watcher that would escort you everywhere, and the dog had a consciousness like a grey being or a human or whatever, but the dog was like an activated being. So if you tried to do anything wrong, it would kill you and they'd regenerate you. It's just insane. So I passed out when Drago was talking about that. In December at Basis 2025, I was live for Drago's talk, and boy did I have an activation of his voice tones and the content. I really did. It was witnessed by an entire room of people that I was having a bit of a meltdown. I really was. It felt like my solar plexus was rebuilding itself, and I really I was really going through something. It was very uncomfortable. Yeah, it's Saturday Eastern time, 8 o'clock, but it's my Sunday because I'm 5 hours ahead. So yeah, so 8 o'clock Eastern on Saturday, Drago Read on Typical Skeptic with me and Rob. So it's an Anchorhaven live Q&A show, but it's over on Typical Skeptic, okay? So we're going to really dig in and get your questions ready, guys. Get your questions ready for Drago Read. I can't promise we're going to answer every single question, but I'm going to try and pick as many good questions as I can, and do rapid fire if we can, to get Drago to answer all the questions. You know, we may get an opportunity to talk about some shared experiences. I don't know, but this is the Drago Read show I've been waiting to do for like 5-6 months, trying to get him on my channel, and he agreed to it because he came into our live chat. So shout out to Drago Read, who's probably lurking in the background. Love you. And he's a very busy man, so sometimes I think he's got the podcast playing in the background or something as he's working. And so yeah, and so he came in the live chat and he interacted with us for 90 minutes, which is like a first, because he was driving and then he got home, and it was such an awesome show that we were doing. And then he finally agreed, okay, I'll do this show with you. Yeah, so that's so cool. So we're going to be doing a co-host Typical Skeptic, which is like my second home anyway. I love being on Typical Skeptic. If I'm not here, I'm on Typical Skeptic, basically. It's where I am. And shout out to Rob Khalil, who's got an amazing show over there. He's done 2,600 episodes in the last 6 years or whatever. Yep, so it's going to be really good. Lovely to interact. Be good to yourselves and each other. Ta-ta for now, says JJ. So I'm finishing up, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back on in about 14 hours or less with Gina Virginia Casella. So do go follow her over there at her Dragon Dreamers channel. Yeah, on Record Time Show. Yeah, safe travels, everybody. Have a wonderful Friday. It's Feel Good Friday. It's Friday. Let's raise the vibes today. Get out there. Let's squash that false light. Just be you. Radiate. Do what you do. And I'll see you back here later on. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye.